Hello, welcome to Late to the Party Movie Reviews, where we blah 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 blah. Hello, welcome to Late to the Party Movie Reviews, where we review movies that are 10 years old and see how they hold up today. Today we are reviewing Tucker and Dale versus Evil. It is 10 years old now. It was released in 2010 and directed by Eli Craig. It was his first movie he had ever directed, starring Alan Tudyk of Firefly fame, as well as Tyler Labine and several other insignificant actors that didn't get enough screen time. This was, it had maybe a 3-day release in the theaters, but other than that, it was straight to movies. It had like a $5 million budget. It does have a really good score on Rotten Tomatoes of 84 and 85 between the people and the critics. And it is a cult classic, and anybody who I know who I've been able to persuade to see it, which usually takes me a long time of, dude, you gotta watch this movie, gotta watch this movie, gotta watch this movie. People finally will go and check it out. So we're gonna start with our thoughts on the movie. Go ahead, Jose, take us away. What do you think of this movie?
It was a hell of a lot of fun watching it, to be honest with you. Definitely not what I expected. I like that it was it's sold as a horror movie. It ends up being it walks that fine line of comedy. There's a lot of gore. It's probably the goriest comedy movie I've seen in a very long time. I can't recall any other one that I've seen that's been that gory. Definitely misinterpretation is the key. Misconceptions, misunderstandings. There we go. Don't judge a book by its cover, basically.
Absolutely.
I was watching the preview. I was like, wait, is this a horror? Is this a comedy? What is this? Yeah, I was expecting like Evil Dead type situation, yes, or Army of Darkness type thing. But yeah,
shame on me. What kind of a host am I? I didn't even welcome Liz and Josh.
That's all right. I forgive you.
Their first foray into Collection Connection waters, other than being in the background when I steal shots through the shop. So welcome. We're excited to have you guys on board. And sorry we weren't able to get you guys in last week, but at least we're here now. And in my humblest opinion, this is a much better one to be in on. So if you had to miss one, it'll be the one from last week.
You need to knock that stuff off right there.
Yeah, right. I'm like bummed we missed last week's, because that was one of that. We're not talking about that though. We're talking about Tucker and Dale. We'll talk about the other stuff on the late to the party after dark.
Oh, okay.
The bonus editions.
Okay. Lego.
Yes.
What'd you think, man?
I loved it, man. I don't know why I didn't watch it. Why was it so hard to get me to watch this movie? It was so good. Like Jose said, it's all about like a misunderstanding that just keeps going and building, and I loved it. I don't know if it could be made today, but I loved it. It was great.
It could probably be made today because all you're doing is trashing a bunch of white people. So you're either the college kids or you're the hillbillies. It's good.
Yeah, I can't believe it took me 10 years to watch this movie, because I saw it when it first was like, when Netflix was first doing all the streaming and everybody was like about Netflix. It was like their top movie right there, and I was always just like, nah, that's not a movie I really care to see, hillbillies. And then when I finally watched it, I laughed a lot when I was watching. I was like, geez Louise, this is some funny crap. Like, it's all misunderstanding stuff, and it's just like, hey! And they're like, ah! It's just like he's trying to call their attention to be nice, but yet it's all misconceived, and they're taking everything different ways. And all the hillbilly stuff is so funny because I don't even think those guys were really hillbillies. They were just wearing the hillbilly wardrobe to fit in that city where they're their vacation home.
That's right, their vacation home. This vacation
Saved
sucks.
up all my money.
The doozy.
Well, I mean, even the house. The house was like the scene of like a serial killer's like serial killer lair. They had all of the newspaper clippings on the wall, and then he's like, "Look, there's a coupon for the Cracker Barrel or whatever." He disregarded all of the brutal murders and stuff and goes right to the coupon.
We got kind of a news nut here. Just like, nah, dude, that's a serial killer.
Dude, it's like the little things like that is what made that movie like great. It's like those little like side clips, like oh no, they got his bowling fingers, or like pointing out and the fact that it reminded me of my big fat Greek wedding where they like use Windex on everything. He was like pouring beer like on his face for the bee stings, and he's pouring like beer on his fingers to like numb it.
Beer's the redneck antiseptic.
I guess so. I think my favorite part of it, though, is the fact that, like, okay, who are we going to cast for one of the hillbillies? Oh, I know. Let's cast a classically trained British actor to be like a backwoods Tennessee hillbilly. I mean, I thought that was perfect for him, too. Like, Alan Tudyk, he's great. He's great in everything that I've seen. But, yeah, like, it was always those, like, little things. But, yeah, it was like mountains out of molehills type situation. It's just like one bad situation after another. It was so good. It was so good. Yeah. Sorry.
Oh, it's true. So let's see. Most memorable part. We're gonna go around and ask everybody what their most memorable part is. I'll start with myself. It's when he's like, "What am I gonna say? Oh well, officer, we've had a doozy of a day. These college kids are just killing themselves all over my property." And then they pull the guy out of the wood chipper, and each guy has a leg and the bloody stump behind him, and the cop's there, and he goes, "Well, officer, I've had a doozy of a day." He goes exactly into it, and it's just so many. I watched it with Gwen last night, and it's the first time Gwen. I don't want to say it's the first time she's seen it, but she's finally old enough to like sit through a movie, and shame on me for letting her see the gore, but we must have laughed out loud together at least 20 times. So it was good. It was good. Memorable moments for you. Let's see, Isaac.
My favorite scene was the very beginning when he's like talking to Tucker, and he's like, "What do I say to a beautiful girl like that?" And he's like, "Just go talk to her, be nice." And he's like, "Okay." And he has the damn what is that?
It's a side.
Get over there all slowly, and he's like, "Hey." Like, why is he carrying that one? And two, when they turn around, they see him. They just see him. Like, he's like all nervous and scared, but it's him walking over. They're like, "Oh my god, we don't want no trouble." So that was
smile and laugh a lot.
Laugh when he does that too. He's all, you're like,
See, all that misconception that they see of those guys are memorable throughout the whole movie for me.
Lego, what about you?
Man, I love the end when Tucker's in the hospital and Dale brings him a Pabst Blue Ribbon, and it's wrapped in a red ribbon. I don't know. That hit perfect. I was like, yes. Why would it be wrapped in a red ribbon? That was perfection. But the whole movie.
Don't forget the bendy straw.
Yeah. Yes.
His preferential way of drinking is with his bendy straw.
That's right.
Jose.
I would have to say it's like the end when he gives advice to the other hillbilly kid about how to go talk to a girl when they're in the bowling alley, and he just tells him, just be yourself, just be you. Then he goes and he messes up, and then you can tell that's going to start a whole new sequence of events for him. It's just like keeping it going, man. Like no matter what you do, being yourself just somehow leads to more trouble.
I'd like to see a Tucker and Dale 2 in a bowling alley.
Oh, that'd be so good.
They've been flirting with a sequel for years now. All right, what about you two? What about the Scots? Memorable moments.
You know, I think my favorite moment is the moment that leads up to your favorite moment. It's the portion where the college kids spring their attack, and it's just pure chaos. You know, the one kid dives into the wood chipper, and the other one, while they're trying to dig a hole for the outhouse, he knocks her. Dale knocks her out with the shovel, so she doesn't even see what's going on, which is the whole hilarious part of the thing, that she's just not aware of how tragic everything is. And then the poor kid spears himself in the hole for the outhouse right on top of him, and he's crying with all the blood coming. It's so gory but so funny at the same time.
Yes.
Yeah. I don't know, man. It's hard to pick one. Like, you guys picked all the good ones. But I think when they're getting shot at and they're on the floor and they're just rolling on the floor, trying not to get hit, they're just stay low, stay low. Instead of commando crawling, no, they're just rolling like a just like a hot dog, just rolling across the floor, trying to get to where they're going and trying to get to what they're doing. Yeah, but I mean, everything else, there's just not a bad scene in this one. It just goes from one, it's like a skit. It's here's the skit, and then this is done. But now wait, what? It's just, pure chaos. And I think the chaos just makes it just so great. The whole, but I think after what you guys said, but the whole rolling on the floor thing, and stay low, don't get shot, and his whole nail gun situation, all of that was good too. I've never fired a thing in my life. I've never shot anything. It's just out there, just shooting everything left and right. That was good. Yeah.
He's making her dig her
I like when they're digging the shithole. The sick bastards! They're making her dig her own grave.
Yeah. The running commentary of the college kids. The running commentary of oh my gosh, there's that. And, no, don't go into there, officer. Don't go into there. They go into and then he comes out and he gets all messed up, and Dale's just trying to be nice. Just, you gotta take the safety off. And as soon as he starts moving that gun around, you know exactly what's gonna happen, but you can't not look away. You're excited for it to happen because it's gonna be there. So yeah.
Honorable mention. Go ahead, Jose.
Oh, I was gonna say, story-wise too, I actually really liked it, because when that little twist came along, spoiler alert for those who haven't seen it, but that twist that came along, where it's what's his name? The guy's it was his dad wasn't actually a victim.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, that was actually a pretty good little twist right there.
He's half hillbilly.
Half hillbilly. No, I'm not. No, you can't do that.
I like that. Story-wise, I'm like, oh man, they snuck that in pretty damn well. I was so distracted by all the other chaos that when the story aspect of it, well, here's the twist. They did an M. Night Shyamalan that thing. It was actually pretty. I like it. It was really well done. So
he had the first kill too was an artistic homage to Texas Chainsaw Massacre when Tucker saws through the tree stump and gets the bees, and he goes running around with the chainsaw, and he's running trying to swat the bees, and the other guys think he's chasing them, and then he runs past them, and they're looking side by side at each other until the college kid impales himself on the tree. Oh my god. And what was funny was when it's slow motion and they're running and they look and they meet each other eye to eye, and the college kid realizes this guy isn't chasing me. Just in time to get impaled by the tree. So I mean, just nuances, and for this to be his first movie, it was just chock full of fun stuff. He also directed Little Evil. I don't know if you guys saw that, 2017. It's on Netflix, and it's got similar laughs in it. I recommend you guys check it out. We won't be able to do it here for another
7 years.
Yeah, something like that. 7 years. So in 7 years, when the Scots and I are in our early 50s, we might be able to give that one a shot, and you guys are our age.
Right.
But It was good. Little Evil. I recommend you check it out.
Definitely will.
Same director. Okay, so let's see. Buckets of popcorn. For me, this is a 10, hands down. It doesn't get any 10-ier for me.
10 years. That's a word.
It is now. I'm putting a stamp on that today. It's a word as of today. It's
10 year. How would you spell that?
I don't know, man.
Well, you can't use it unless you can spell it. That's the rule.
Pennier. It's French.
Okay, good.
All right.
Pennier.
10 year.
Oh wait, what now? What are we
No,
saying?
I give it a 10 as well. It was funny. It was gory. It had the twist. It was a good movie all around, and it wasn't too long. It was just the right amount of a movie.
Yeah, when you look at it overall, like camera work, cinematography, everything, it's like there was a lot of love going into that movie, and you can definitely tell on screen. After last week, being told, have some fun with it. Just don't look at it from a critical point of view. It's hard, but still, catching that little twist. They picked the right camera, the right lenses, the right lighting. The script was solid. It was funny. Funny as hell, kept me at the edge of my seat. It had those little tiny at the beginning, those little kind of small jump scares, which kind of kept you interested in what was going on, and just the overall, idea of, don't believe in everything you see, and only half of what you hear. I loved it. I'll give it a 10 as well.
Damn. Could this be the first 10? And I'll throw a 10 on that.
I mean, it has to be horrible for Lego to even give it a 9. So.
Wow. Wow.
I just like movies, man. It was a good movie.
It's okay. Like,
He knows how to have fun.
He's
scoring on all of them are.
He's an artist. He knows the work that goes into it, so he's not going to rag on it.
Oh.
That's-
Well, I got a 10 out of 10 on that one too. It's great. Like everything about it is good. Like the story's good, the acting's good, the tongue in cheek of the comedy, the timing, all of it was good. Like there isn't anything bad about this one.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to be the wet blanket. I'm gonna give it a 9 out of 10, and it's only because 10 out of 10 is reserved for movies that of like epic scope. This is not a bad movie in any way. I'm not trying to trash it in any way, but there's a big difference between this and like 10s. That's all I'm saying. I appreciate all of the callbacks in it. I see a lot, like Nate said, it's got the Texas Chainsaw Massacre call out in it. It's got a lot of stuff from Evil Dead. When he's firing up the nail gun, there's a lot of close-up shots that remind me of Sam Raimi's work. I appreciate that they kept the perspective of the college kids in the movie for so long, even though you start to realize that the two of them are not bad guys. I mean, there's so much good to say about it, but I'm only going to go as far as a 9 on that one, which is high for me.
Damn, Josh, how could you rate it so low, man?
And that's the first and the last time Josh has been on.
We all can give it 10s.
There you go.
The 1999-2000 NBA MVP award would have been a unanimous award for Shaq that year, but out of like 200 people voting for it, there was one reporter named Fred Hickman who didn't give it to Shaq that year. So Josh gets to be our Fred Hickman.
You're that guy.
Well, look,
It took me a minute to find that stat.
The Diesel was great, but he wasn't that great.
Oh, great. Here we go.
Hickman chose Iverson that year. That's just a little fun fact. It reminded me. It took me a while. There was a little bit of dead space there. I might edit out the pause. But let's see. So we're looking at movies for next week. I did a little bit of research, and I wanted to keep it in the vein of comedy, to just make things light during these trying times. So I got a couple for us to discuss and choose from. We'll start with, and these are all on Netflix. I did the research, so we don't have to worry about finding if they're streaming or not. Just Friends.
Alaska for a Blockbuster.
We don't have to break out the toboggan and the sled dogs.
Road trip.
Just Friends. Just Friends. Ryan Reynolds film about him and Jamie Palomino, and he was her in the friend zone as her fat best friend in school, and he grows up and becomes a famous actor and goes back to his hometown. So there's Just Friends. Here's one. This one I just saw referenced. Well, you'll know what I'm saying. Groundhog's Day. Groundhog's Day is on Netflix now. We've also got just recently crossing the 10-year plane, Scott Pilgrim versus the World. I've got a
comedy though.
What's that?
Is that a comedy though?
I guess. I mean, what would you say?
I think because Edgar Wright directed it, that it's put in the comedy category.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I looked up, I Googled Netflix comedies that are on right now, so that was one of the ones I picked from it. It doesn't have to be one of the ones we choose, but I thought it might be fun, as at least on the board for Survey Says, for Steve Harvey to let us choose from. Let's see. And then lastly, rounding out at 4 is Monty Python and the Holy Grail. That one is one that would be rife with controversy for whether or not it could be made in today's times.
No
So-
way. No way.
Me.
Let's just
That's right.
Saddles on. Blazing Saddles on Netflix.
Oh,
I didn't see it as a choice.
dude. Blazing Saddles would be like
Yep.
that
Yeah.
never made in this day and age.
I like.
I don't even know if they would put it on.
Spaceballs.
Nah.
I like Monty Python. That'd be a good one. Because I've
Yeah.
seen it, Jose.
Yeah, I have, but I would not mind discussing it now.
Yeah.
I love it.
I'm all for that one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
If you'll have us back, I'm down for Monty Python.
All right.
Okay, yeah, for sure.
right.
For sure. The more the merrier.
Or the
It's
Mary.
always a good time. All right, so next week, stay tuned, and we will be going over Monty Python and the Holy Grail. Well, I hope you guys had fun with our review of Tucker and Dale versus Evil. Hopefully they get the sequel going. I know there's rumors out there if you want to, they had a San Diego 2019 panel where they talked about possibly getting together to do a sequel, but the stars have to line up the right way if we want to see that movie come to fruition for us. In the meantime, we'll have Isaac sign us off.
Until then, from late to the party, I'm Isaac.
I'm Jason.
I'm Jose.
Thank
I'm
you,
Liz.
Josh.
All right, we'll see you next time.
Out.